Starting off, we are in I'd say, a pretty strong uptrend at the moment, a bit of a plateau towards the middle of last year where we did largely range bound between the 64 to 66 cents. Once we did break above that, the upper part of that range, and break 67, it's been pretty much blue skies since. So right now we have started off the week green, but I think we're coming in on our 8th consecutive green week for the AUD against the USD on the weekly. We're seeing some divergence on the MACD, which is above its signal, which is adding to the bullish pressure. Although I am very conscious that we're seeing the RSI above 70 in the historically overbought area. So I'm looking to see if the prices will look to retest these swing highs around the 71.5 cents, or if we're looking for a bit of a pullback towards its moving averages, which would suggest what the RSI and the overextension past the moving averages would look at. So moving this now into the daily chart to get an idea of where we are sitting. So let me just focus this in the center of the screen. So as we can see on our moving averages, they are all fanned out, evenly spaced, all pointed in the same direction, which is telling me there is some pretty strong momentum, bullish momentum on the daily chart. However, to play devil's advocate on that, we're seeing the MACD lines below its signal. They are somewhat parallel on there, so not a lot of divergence. I think if we're adding to the bearish pressure, we want to see some divergence on there. If we're looking for buying opportunities, probably want to see some convergence, and the RSI is similar to that one as well. Over pretty much over 2026, we've seen the 20-day moving average act as a support level for AUD USD prices. That's carried into 2026, most recently as of this morning, where we did see the prices gap lower and has quickly moved to fill that gap once finding support at the 20-day moving average. So if I am a buyer in this market, I've got a couple of things I want to be conscious of, namely being that once we do break this recent swing high, we are trading into a multi-year high. So the targets do get a little bit more difficult, but if I am a buyer in this market, first of all, I want to see a break above last week's highs. That'll be above 71.5 cents. And then ideally, you want to see prices come back to find support at a previous resistance level. But I'm thinking a break and a hold above this key level, where you could be looking to then make a higher high, carrying on this trend of higher highs as well. Risk management for this, I'd probably be looking at this key resistance level. I think if we see a break and a hold above, I probably want to manage my risk around here as well. But on the other side of that, if I am a seller, I think considering we have seen prices find resistance and struggle to close above this level on 4 occasions now over the previous 2 weeks, if we are a seller, I think we'd want to see ideally this resistance hold, and then for prices to move lower into its key moving average levels. For prices now, I think if we do break below the 50-day moving average, we could see it then move back towards a psychologically significant 70 cents and move it lower on that as well. But that is very much a long-term play, and it could be very much driven by risk on risk off flows for the week.